But I've been watching you all evening, and I want to tear you apart. And your friends, too.
Who do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love? Support them, and show them, Who do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love? Support them, tell them who do you love?
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And let me know down below, who do you love? One of the hippest late-night television hosts from the late 80s and early 90s, and a very funny person that has graced the entertainment industry, Arsenio Hall is one of a kind. Whether you're a casual fan or a die-hard Hall lover, you're in the right place. So if you've been wondering what he's been up to, don't worry, I've got you covered. Let's go. Born February 12, 1956 in Cleveland, Ohio, to Fred and Ann Hall. His father was a Baptist preacher. He didn't grow up with much, and growing up as a latchkey kid, he claimed the most painful elements of his life helped him in creating his talent. You don't see an entertainer like Hall every other day. Comedy comes so naturally to him that it has been his way of life since he was a young child. And as a youngster, he imitated entertainers and talk show hosts to escape his inner city surroundings. He idolized Johnny Carson, and also he became an amateur magician for a brief moment. He also knew all the tips and tricks to keep an audience hooked. That didn't stop his parents from being strict about school. After graduating from Warrensville Heights High School in 1973, Hall headed to Ohio University and eventually transferred to Kent State University, where he graduated in 1977. Hall worked his way through college by performing at local comedy clubs. He moved around, searching for a place where he could start his career. First, he went to Chicago and later moved to Los Angeles. Like pretty much every other young soul trying to make it big in Hollywood, Arsenio Hall embraced whatever small opportunity he could land. He had a sidekick role with Alan Thicke in Thick of the Night.
Ever on national TV on the Tony Tennille Show. You remember that? Everybody remember the Tony Tennille Show? And of course, the next day I quit my job at Pioneer Chicken, and everything has been upward since.
In the early 80s, he also appeared on Solid Gold.
Here's Arsenio Hall.
The New Love American Style, and the Motown Review, which were some of his earlier accomplishments, all of which served as the catalyst before his breakthrough in 1987 by playing in the movie Amazon Woman on the Moon. And also, it was the year when he replaced Joan Rivers on The Late Show, being entrusted with redeeming the ratings after a few bad episodes. And Arsenio delivered like no other, shocking Fox Network executives and escalating his image in the industry. One of the reasons why the general public absolutely fell in love with Hall was his easygoing and light-hearted banter. Being risque in all the right ways seemed to come so naturally to him, and it was refreshingly delightful to watch for a wide range of audience. He didn't continue with the show because the network had other obligations, and Arsenio was committed to working with Eddie Murphy in Coming to America. He played multiple roles in the movie. Once again, in 1989, Hall worked alongside Murphy in the comedy Harlem Nights, a film that's set in the 1930s in New York. Taking over The Late Show proved to be so successful for Hall's career that fast forward 2 years and the iconic The Arsenio Hall Show is born. The beloved comedy genius was approached by producers to host his very own show, which, as anticipated, ended up being a huge hit amongst the public. Another crucial reason why Arsenio Hall was such a big deal was that pretty much he was the first Black late-night talk show host. And if that wasn't enough, he also managed to provide what was the first platform for hardcore rap and hip-hop artists. This is the late 80s we're talking about, and inviting controversial guests was exactly the kind of limelight Arsenio Hall thrived in. Over the course of a few seasons, he had tons of other guests that appeared on his show, like President Bill Clinton, like Barry White, Tevin Campbell, Jamie Foxx, and even Little Bow Wow made his first TV appearance on the show. And that's just naming a few. Instead of clapping, the audience would chant, which became a staple of the show. During the taping of the show, Hall continued to accept acting and hosting roles. Between 1988 and 1991, Hall hosted the MTV Video Music Awards. He also did the cartoon The Real Ghostbusters. But comedy and hosting wasn't his only forte. Like the versatile legend that he is, in 1993, Hall experimented with being an executive producer for the movie Bafa. 1994 was a sad year for Arsenio Hall fans because that's when he decided to leave the talk show. The last episode aired May 27, 1994, right at the peak of his popularity. According to what he told CBS, Hall could no longer deal with the stress of hosting a late-night show. He went on to add that the gray herring on Jay Leno's head was proof that hosting wasn't an easy life. Within the same year, he also appeared in Blank Man. He spent 3 years living a private life and later briefly appearing in 1997 on The Arsenio Show, co-starring with Vivica Fox.
So that's what it's gonna be like?
What?
You become a partner in a big law firm and I become a minor inconvenience?
Oh, Michael, don't say that. You're a major inconvenience.
Within that time, he was also dating Cheryl Bonica. His doctors had informed him that there was a minimal chance of having a child. But to his delight, in 1999, Cheryl delivered Hall's miracle baby, who later became known as Hall Jr. Sadly, though, his relationship with Cheryl fell apart shortly after the baby's birth. Arsenio was determined to be there for his son and not miss a thing. While raising his son, he rejected a lot of jobs, but looking back, he wouldn't change a thing. In 2005, he played himself in the Naked Brothers Band, the movie, and he played Dr. Carver and Bobby Proud in the Proud Family movie. In 2008, he had a role as Carl in the movie Igor. Later that year, he played in Black Dynamite. In 2012, Hall was a contestant on the 5th edition of The Celebrity Apprentice, which he won representing his charity, the Magic Johnson Foundation. In 2013, the Arsenio Hall Show made a brief comeback. The new show lasted for a year with 158 episodes. In 2017, he played himself in Gilbert and Sandy Wexler. In 2019, Hall teamed up with Netflix for a comedy special, Smart and Classy. And in 2021, Arsenio and Eddie Murphy teamed back up to make Coming to America, which was a sequel to the 1988 film Coming to America. And in 2022, Hall hosted Arsenio Live from Netflix's A Joke Festival. Now, at 66 years old, Hall is ready to take over once again, and I can't wait to see what he has in store. Well, that's a wrap for the story of Arsenio Hall. If you're interested in showing him some love, stop by his page and do so, and let me know down below, who do you love?
Who do you love? Support them, support them. Tell them who do you love?